And welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new here, and just welcome. And welcome to my June 2024 DVD, Blu-ray, and music update. And I have to go away for a second because I forgot to grab my music, my new music. And we're back. So we will, as usual, start with the CDs that I just forgot. And that is Helmet. This is Left by Helmet. I was so glad, I've been a huge Helmet fan since their very first album. So skate punk is one of my favorites, and Deftones, Taproot, Chevelle, Helmet, they're all kind of the same genre. So yes, I was very glad to get this. Is a fantastic album. I love every song on it. It's just great. I think my favorite song is Powder Puff, but I love Holiday and Gunplay. It's just a really great album. I'm so glad they're still rocking. And this is Taproot's new album. Scissors with this weird, they've kind of like done this weird way of writing words. But this is Taproot. I just mentioned them. They are in that Deftones, Taproot, Helmet, Chevelle kind of thing. I absolutely love Taproot. I'm so glad that they finally, I think it's been like 12 years, and to see them and Helmet come out with a new album at pretty much the same time was really cool. I absolutely love this. There's a bonus track on it called Hey. That's my favorite song on it, H-E-Y, Hey. But I really love Victim Play. Victim Play. Favorite song is great. We Control Our Destiny. It's just a fantastic one. So not only do they have all these songs, but there's a bonus track called Hey, and it's actually my favorite song on the album. It's just so fucking 2006. I just love it. But I absolutely love this album. That's Taproot, Scissors. And if you're into Deftones and Chevelle and Helmet and stuff like that, you should definitely pick this up. Now this is Ocean Color Scene. They were a late 90s to late 2000s band. This is their limited edition, the limited edition version of their Anthology. And it comes with all kind of special stuff, a special disc full of B-sides, and comes in that cool box, and there's even another special disc full of stuff. So yeah. So it's actually a 4-disc set, and there is a song that I'm going to actually embarrass myself, and I'm going to dance to it, because I love powder dancing. And the video to it features a powder dancer. If you don't know what that is, you'll find out when I decide to humiliate myself. But my favorite song, it's pretty much my favorite song to dance to of my whole life. And that is a song called Traveler's Tune. You can look it up. And it has a boy, and a girl too, but I just pay attention to the boy. But there's a boy that powder dances in it. And yeah, look up Traveler's Tune. So this is the Anthology, and it's the limited edition Anthology. So instead of 3 discs, it's got 4, which you just saw because I just showed you. So yeah, I absolutely love this band. They're, I guess, what you could call just regular rock, alt rock. But yeah. Ocean Color Scene, limited edition Anthology. Absolutely love it. And that's the music that I got. Taproot, Helmet, and the Anthology for Ocean Color Scene, so I could get my hands on Traveler's Tune. The rest of their stuff is good too. Okay, moving on to the only DVD that I got this month, and that is Gina Carano and Terror on the Prairie. It does not have a Blu-ray release. She's kind of been reduced to straight to video stuff after she got into all of that trouble. But I still I always have. To be kind of honest, I actually kind of agreed with what she said. But it got her fired from Disney, from the Star Wars thing that she was in. But I love her movies. I've got 6 or 7 of them. I love them. So I was really excited to get Terror on the Prairie. It's her, bloody Western. Vengeance, bloody Western. Gritty and violent. But yeah, I really like her as an actress. And it's a shame that she got canceled. But sometimes you have to watch your mouth. You know what I mean? Keep it to yourself, baby. But yeah. So Gina Carano, Terror on the Prairie, that's the only DVD that I got. And so now we will move on to Blu-rays. And we will start with replacements. Now, actually, I didn't have a lot of upgrades this time. Most of my stuff was actually new buys. So, this is The Colony. The sci-fi movie, The Colony, post-apocalyptic. Lawrence Fishburne, Bill Paxton, Kevin Zegers. I really enjoy this movie. So I did have it on DVD, and now I have it on Blu-ray. So that's cool. And we have Edward Norton in American History X. Very difficult movie to watch, but is just absolutely phenomenal. It's one of his best movies ever. So, yeah, I upgraded it. This is the director's cut of Dark City. I had the DVD, and I wanted to upgrade it. There's the DVD right there. So I add the DVD. And now I have the Blu-ray. It is a fantastic movie. This took me forever to find. I don't know if you have seen Kevin Costner, Demi Moore, and William Hurt in Mr. Brooks, but this is one of his rare horror movies. Now, he did a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff that I adore, like the Ulysses cut of Waterworld and The Postman. I love The Postman. And so, I don't really like his cheesy movies, like that baseball shit, Field of Dreams or whatever it was. I don't care about that kind of shit. But he's actually done some really good post-apocalyptic fantasy movies. He was in that movie Criminal that I liked a lot, too. But this is Mr. Brooks. It's his foray into horror. He is a psychotic serial killer. Demi Moore is great in it as well. But it took me forever to manage to find this Blu-ray reasonably. So I was able to upgrade. There's my DVD of it. And I got it upgraded to Blu-ray. So I am extremely excited to finally have Kevin Costner in the horror movie Mr. Brooks. And this is Ryan Felipe. I don't even need to mention anyone else. But this is Ryan Felipe in 54, the director's cut. Now, I had the DVD of just the rated R version, so I was excited to get the director's cut. Okay, I'm sorry. I messed with the camera, getting flicky with me. It's like, stop moving so fast, dude. But yeah, so those are my upgrades. 54 director's cut, Mr. Brooks, Dark City, American History X, and The Colony. Okay, now we're moving on to first-time purchases. Now, this actually kind of freaked me out. Literally, I've got, 2,600 movies now? And I have never seen this happen. When this came in the mail, I was really pissed, right? Because I'm like, what the fuck? I did not order a DVD of this movie. But it's not. It's the DVD, Blu-ray plus digital, and it all worked. The digital worked. But I have never seen them release a Blu-ray combo package and a fucking DVD. And this is not an old movie. This is only a couple of years old. So I have never seen them release a DVD, Blu-ray, digital combo in a DVD case. So I was freaked out until I opened it, you know, and saw that it was indeed the Blu-ray. And I'm like, wow, is that like cheap or what? Are you people that cheap? Whoever made it? Well, it's Lionsgate. I've never seen Lionsgate do that. But anyway, so yeah, this is not the, well, it does have the DVD, but this is the Blu-ray, and this is how it comes. It comes packaged in a DVD case instead of a Blu-ray case, which that kind of freaked me out. This is a new movie from Magnet. I like Magnet stuff. And this is Body at Brighton Rock. I really, really enjoyed the trailer a lot. I watched the trailer like 3 or 4 times because I'm like, you know, I'm really going to like that movie. I can tell. I can tell. But a bloody good time. Go watch the trailer. It looks really cool. So, yes, I got it. I'm very glad to have that. I finally got around to getting When Evil Lurks. It's praised by everyone, and I absolutely, this movie scared the shit out of me. So yeah, I finally got around to getting it. This is Dune Part 2 with slipcase. I ordered it the day it released. Now I can actually sit down and watch them both. Believe it or not, I have not watched them. But sort of like with that Halloween trilogy, I waited 5 years to watch it because I waited till all of them came out and then I could sit and watch them together. So I'm going to have fun doing that. I tried to get this several times and it would sold out, and then when I would find it again, it would be like $30 fucking, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. And then I finally found it. I finally found it for a reasonable price. Another Shudder original, Blood Quantum, When the Dead Rise. What does that say? When the dead rise, only the immune survive. Okay then. So, we should have fun with that. This is very, very important to me. This is Meryl Streep and Jack Nicholson, one of his top 3 movies of him to me, along with The Postman Always Rings Twice and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. These are my 3 favorite movies by Jack Nicholson. Now this is called Ironweed, and it takes place during the Depression era, like in the 20s. And this movie is so fucking sad. And Meryl Streep is just phenomenal. And when what happens to her, I just fucking cried like a baby. And he made me cry as well. Jack Nicholson will make you cry in this movie when you find out why he is what he is and what happened. It also stars the absolutely fantastic Carol Baker playing his wife, but he really hasn't seen her in like 20 years because he lives on the street. This is like a street hobo bums is what him and Meryl Streep are. And the movie tells about how they got there, where they came from and how they got there. And their stories are so sad. And yeah, so if you've never seen Ironweed with Jack Nicholson and Tom Waite and Meryl Streep, you really should. It's fantastic. This is an Olive Films remaster. You've heard me before. I'm always looking to get all of their catalog. Actually, I've never had Gravity. You would think that I would have. I actually thought that I did, but I just never got around to getting it. And, so now I have it. I did see it several times, like on whatever. I think it was back when I had Netflix. But I never owned it. So now I own George Clooney and Sandra Bullock in Gravity. This is an Australian film. I actually kind of like Australian movies. This is These Final Hours, a post-apocalyptic about this guy who's kind of an asshole, and then there's a planet-wide announcement that an asteroid is coming, and that there's absolutely nothing that we can do about it, and you have, I think it's 3 days. You know, you have like 3 days or so to live. The Earth will be destroyed, there will be no survivors, and there is nothing that you can do, and people just have to deal with it. So you can imagine what happens, and he wants to spend his last days on the beach, and this movie is his journey to get there, and he faces trials and tribulations and redemption, and then of course they all fucking die. But it's still wonderful. That is These Final Hours. Check it out. Okay, next batch. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. I have not had this before, so this is a lot bigger than I thought it was. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Very glad to have it. Very scary. Like this movie. This is Bad Day for the Cut. I've wanted this for like a long time. I saw it several years ago, and it just blew me away. Revenge is in the blood. They kill his mama. You don't want to kill a fucking Scotsman's mama. I'm just telling you right now. But this is an absolutely great vengeance movie. The Seasoning House is a scary little horror movie that I heard about. Someone told me about it. So when I saw the opportunity to get it, War Outside, Horror Inside, the trailer is very, very creepy. This is the little slapstick, silly zombie hunter. What's funny is they like repackaged it to like put him on the cover and stuff, and he's really not even in it that much. He's a secondary character, but you know, he became famous and popular, and so they kind of made it a Danny Trejo movie, but it is not really. He's just a secondary character. He isn't the star. So that was kind of funny. I definitely wanted this after seeing the trailer. This is Jakob's wife. Is this Shudder? No. I can't remember. But yeah, ever since I saw the trailer, you know, the wonderful Barbara Crampton, and so yeah, I think it will be absolutely hilarious. I wanted this for a while. This is a little thriller, you know, usually like something you would see Kevin Spacey in, you know. This is called The Card Counter. It's the kind of film that you would see Jason Statham in, Kevin Spacey. It's sort of like that genre. Martin Scorsese presents The Card Counter. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy that. This is Death Wish 3 by Charles Bronson. Now, why did I get this? I don't really know. I think it was because it was there. I already have the Charles Bronson box set, Blu-ray box set. And I think I have another multi-disc with this movie on it. But, you know, this is the solitary Blu-ray of Death Wish 3. And I'm just a freak for Death Wish. This looked fun. Never heard of her, but it's called Cat Run. The trailer was really nice. One of those action shoot-em-ups that I love so much. So, yeah, I think this is going to be very fun. Paz Vega. I'm going to name my daughter Paz. What the fuck is that? Uh-oh. I don't know if you can hear that or not. That is my fucking neighbor, and I have the window open. And they love wrecking their cars, so now they have some kind of thing that barely has a muffler on it. Listen. What the fuck is that? White trash, man. White trash. Anyway. Where was I? Right here. I like Ty Sheridan a lot. It's also got Colin Farrell in it. This is Voyagers. A lot of people were like, oh, PG. If they'd have just made it rated R and let it go, that route, it would have been so much better. So, yeah, a lot of people were disappointed in it, but it's still okay, and a fun watch. And so, yeah, I picked it up because when we see movies like that we know could have been so much better, all we can do is just try to add what we can in our minds, and yeah, they should have added this. So that's Voyagers. Okay. Next batch. Another vengeance action movie. They kill his son. He does not like it, and he decides to go and kill them all. Which I can identify, in order of disappearance with slipcase. I passed this up many, many times, and then I finally, it finally got its trigger pulled, and that was this little found footage 3D. It's like a comedy found footage horror movie, and I've heard people find it interesting, and then others are like they could have done so much more. Yeah, we hear that every time about every movie. That's why I don't listen to critics. But yeah, found footage 3D with slipcase. Jean-Claude Van Damme in Death Warrant. I don't mind his older movies, like the ones that made him a star, like The Order and, stuff like that. So I will grab them if I see them cheap, and so this is Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm not like a super fan of his, but when it comes to action heroes, he's okay. I don't have no problem with him. It's Steven Seagal and Dolph Lundgren that you'll never see in my collection, because I hate them two motherfuckers. Queen of Spades. Again, you hear the same thing. Oh my gosh, it could have been so much better. All that. I'm like, yeah, I know. You say that about everything. Fucking critics. This is Devil's Peak. Billy Bob Thornton and a bunch of Appalachian redneck hillbillies. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm surrounded by that, to tell you the truth, around here, as you just heard. So, yeah, Devil's Peak. Dramatic, murder, mystery, revenge, bunch of meth heads getting in trouble. And this is Woody Harrelson and Sigourney Weaver, Ned Beatty, Ben Foster. Oh, it's got a big cast. Steve Buscemi, nice. But yeah, it's about some cop, and he's like a really corrupt cop, but then there's the redemption story. Yeah. His district, his rules, Rampart. Sigourney Weaver, Woody Harrelson. And the final stack before the special. We have the Limehouse Golem. British movie, horror movie. Heard it was very... when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know. That looks like something from the BBC. Just the way it looks. And then when I turned it over and saw that it was rated R, and when I saw RLJ had released it, and I went and looked at the trailer, and yeah, it's pretty gross. It's pretty bloody, and so it's not Downton Abbey. It's actually a good horror movie with lots of blood and gore, so like Jack the Ripper type thing. This is the comedy, action horror comedy VFW with our good old Stephen Lang and William Sadler, Fred Williamson. Yeah, I don't know why I like Stephen Lang so much. I just like his movies. I love that. I love Breathe, Don't Breathe, and Don't Breathe 2, and I loved Old Man. I just think he's a good actor. The horror movie It Waits. I've heard it was okay. It was alright. It's definitely worth having. So yes, It Waits. I really wanted this. This is Rubicon, a sharp sci-fi thriller. It's where these people, crew of the International Space Station, see the Earth kind of like go down. Some kind of like weird cloud, poisonous cloud, like is like killing everyone down there, and they don't know what to do. You know, do they just stay up there, or do they come down and try to rescue people? So yeah, it's a take a deep breath. Is it your last? It is your last. So yeah, it was something about that. You can see the Earth. It's like enveloped in some horrible apocalyptic thing. This is the Lair. I've been wanting this for a while, so I was glad to finally get it. Creature feature in the Alien vein. What did I hear? Something about it being a cross between Alien and Leviathan and stuff like that. But I will definitely like it. I can already tell. This is a little movie called Life Changer. Camera getting on to me again. A refreshing original horror movie. It's something about it sort of like a chameleon, you know? I mean, this creature, it like possesses a body, and then it has to find another body within a certain amount of time. So the person that it's inhabiting is, you know, goes through all these changes. So yeah, it's supposed to be pretty intense, gory, little horror movie. Does anyone else have that problem with Blu-rays? When you grab a stack, they all want to go in different directions, like they're covered in grease. Stephen Moya in Evidence, Murder is an Art. This is a serial killer type movie, and I really, really was intrigued by the trailer, and I had to have it, and so I went looking for it and got it. But that's going to be a really good movie. And this is Beirut, another little action movie. I always like her in movies. So yes. Now we move on to the final special pile. Now, special, I always save them for last. These are movies. All my movies are special. They're all my babies, or I would not buy them. But of course we have remasters, boutique remasters, rare, hard to find things. I just call them special, you know. This is the 2 Days in the Valley remaster from Kino Lorber. I got this slipcase as well. This movie is funny as hell. It has one of the most hilarious scenes I've ever seen in my life, and that was with him. If you've seen this movie, it's the scene where they do a nod to Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and that was he's in that house, and he's like walking through it, you know, and this dog had gotten a human mask and had put his head in a human mask, and he came walking around the corner, and it scared the absolute fuck out of him. And it was one of the most hilarious scenes I've ever seen in a movie, because I remember that disturbing me so much in the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Well, not the original, but the one, you know, the one we all know with Leonard Nimoy and Sutherland. And that's where the plant, you know, that guy who was always sleeping holding his dog, and it kind of made the dog with the human face. That always disturbed the fuck out of me. So when he walks around the corner and that dog had the human mask, he nearly shits 3 tons of bricks. It's like hilarious. So yeah, that's 2 Days in the Valley, Kino Lorber remaster of it. Very nice. Glad to have it. This is the Arrow remaster of Bloody Birthday. I do have the DVD, but because it's so rare, I'm keeping it in its packaging. So, yeah, I do that when the DVD is also very rare. And Bloody Birthday is really hard to find, especially the old, the DVD release. So it's very rare. This is a little easier to find, but it's expensive as fuck, as you can imagine. But yeah, I love Bloody Birthday. It's one of my favorite little slashers. So 80s. And this is Dead End Drive-In. Another Arrow remaster. Dead End Drive-In. Yes. Reversible cover. Special edition contents. This is the 4K. It's the only 4K I got this time. And that is Tom Holland in Chaos Walking. I heard it was like a really, really interesting concept. Plastic still on it. But a really, really interesting concept and some fantastic, imagination fuel, but that it wasn't a super great execution of it. But, so it's kind of turned out mediocre. But this is the 4K Blu-ray combo. It was only $10, brand new, from Hamilton Books, I believe. So it's cool. I'm glad to have it. The trailer looks wonderful, and I can see what they're talking about. Isn't it? Is it R or PG-13? Yeah. See, that was the problem. That's usually the problem. PG-13. They can't do what they need to do, and now we move on. The reason I did this, because each one of these cost me over $30. Each one of these, so that's $90 plus for just these 3 DVD Blu-rays. Why? Because I was nearly killed last month by that super flu that I got. I didn't get COVID. I got that super flu thing. I had not had the flu since I was 17. It put me in the hospital. It nearly killed me. And you know what? When I got to feeling better, it did teach me one thing, and that is life is short. And so I went to I would do anything, but I'm too cheap. But I would do anything to have these beautiful movies that I have wanted for so long. And you know what I did? I said, fuck it. And I got them because life is too short. And that is fucking Shelley Winters and Bloody Mama. That cost me over $30. Between $30 and $40. But I fucking love this movie so much. And I am so happy to have it. And like I said, life is short, man. Just do it. I mean, as long as you don't hurt anyone or yourself by getting what you want. I still paid all my bills. I just couldn't buy as many movies because I spent $90 on just these 3. But yes, Bloody Mama, Shelley Winters, phenomenal. This is T.A.P.S. I do have the DVD. It's actually still sitting right there. I'm keeping the packaging because this DVD is rare as well. But yes, so I did already have the DVD, but I so wanted it on Blu-ray. And yeah, so this is George C. Scott, Tom Cruise, one of his first movies, and Timothy Hutton, whom I adore. This and The Falcon and the Snowman are my 2 favorite Timothy Hutton movies. I adore him. Sean Penn. So yeah, Tom Cruise, Sean Penn, Timothy Hutton, George C. Scott. Paid over $30 for this as well. To finally have it on Blu-ray, I am thrilled. And this is one of my wants. This, like, I don't know, it was like $36 or some shit like that. 36, $37 I had to pay for this. That people are like, oh, I can't believe you paid that for that piece of shit. I'm like, because it's not a piece of shit. I absolutely love that movie. This movie just makes me, I just love this movie. It's so cool. You know, I love how disgustingly cheap it is. It's probably got one of my favorite scenes of all time in a movie, and that's where they go to that grocery store with that old lady, and you can tell that the director was just driving down the road and said, that place looks cool, and went up to the lady and said, do you mind if we shoot in here? And we'll even let you in the movie. Can you just say these 3 lines? And you can tell, even those 3 lines, she flubbed them. But she is so cool. I mean, that's how cheap this movie is. You can tell they just found a country store on the side of the road and stopped and asked the woman in there if they could film for a second. And they did this scene in this grocery store, and you can tell that's exactly what they did. It was definitely not planned. And that poor woman was just, sure, I can do it, I guess. And she said those 3 lines, and she did manage to say them, but you want to talk about wooden? You could tell she was like, you could tell she was as nervous as a virgin at a prison rodeo. I mean, it was really funny. But I love this movie. I love the way that it is so cheap and yet managed to fool me. I did not know who the killer was. I had it completely wrong. But I don't know. I just love everything about the Nail Gun Massacre. It's just ridiculous, and I love it. And I paid a lot of money. I paid more for it than I did these other 2, Bloody Mama and T.A.P.S. But I am very glad to finally have it, even though this is the Code Red version, which they say that there's a new one, a new remaster of it that's better, but I don't know where that is. And hey, I just paid $36 for this fucker, so I doubt you'll see me changing it unless something, and this played fine. So yeah, that's it. That's my June update, and here, this was the specials for this month. I really enjoy my acquisitions. I am especially happy to get 3 of the wish list movies. Because if you're a collector, you know that you have one too. It's very rare or expensive movies that you have on a little list that you wish one day you could pull the trigger on. And I did it after getting that sick. I wanted them and I got them. And that's the way I'm living. So yeah, Nail Gun Massacre, T.A.P.S, Bloody Mama, Bloody Birthday, Dead End Drive-In. Yeah. So I will see you in the next thing that I do. Looks like I've been shadow banned on YouTube for not putting up content for 3 weeks. I'm not in the algorithm anymore. I was told that even channels with 50,000 subscribers, if they don't put up any content in sometimes as little as a week, they get zeroed out in the algorithm. And I'm like, man, YouTube is just shit. And YouTube is shit. It's pure shit. If there was an alternative, like if BitChute or something could actually get off its feet, I mean, YouTube, I hate YouTube. I ain't lying. I hate YouTube. But it's the only way to talk to you people. And show off my stuff. But I fucking hate it. But yeah, I got zeroed out because I was sick. Isn't that cute? But, yeah. It also explained why I often see all of these channels, especially big ones, putting up all this shit content. I'll see them put up like 5, 6, 10-minute little videos. And I'm like, they put no work into it whatsoever. They didn't even put any thought into it, and they really ain't got nothing to say. And I'd had no idea that it was because of that. I had no idea that they're doing that. They're putting up all of this shit content. Their good stuff. They put it out and you like it. And then you notice in between there's all this little 10-minute lives and lives where they don't even speak to the chat and all of this shit and little 8-minute reviews or something. And you're like, well, why do they do that? And then it's like, because YouTube's algorithm will like zero out you in a week or two if you don't put up content. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm really glad that I'm just doing this for fun and not monetized. They say it's even worse with monetized channels, that you better put up shit every 3 days or you will get zeroed out in the algorithm. And I'm like, you know what? YouTube can take its algorithm and shove it as far up its ass as it wants to. I mean, you can shove it so far up its ass that they can taste it. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. I'm not playing that. But it still kind of sucks. But anyway, love you, miss you, bye. Always remember, never forget, you're a very, very special person. Taproot, scissors, helmet, left, ocean color scene. Get them. Get Helmet and Taproot's new album. You will thank me for it. Love you very much. See you in the next thing I do. Bye-bye. Everybody, take care. Love ya. Miss ya. Always remember, never forget, you're a very special person, no matter what anybody says. If they tell you any different, they're lying, and I will see you soon with something. Bye.